excited for this episode. I'm glad you brought it up to me.
What I bring up because these people don't know what it's about.
Right.
Facebook Live, by the way.
So you were talking about SEO and other businesses, and then you mentioned, why don't you just do an SEO showing like what it is? And I figured, since you brought it up, it made most sense to use you as the example of what an audit is.
And my thing is, people, okay, they like social media. They're getting used to, some people are getting used to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even just having a website. And then my thing is, why do we want to have that unless there's a positive ROI? And part of what we talked about before is how do we make sure we're putting enough content out and the right content and a right frequency of content to see a positive ROI. If I'm going to pay someone to do social media for me, if I'm going to spend my time, am I seeing results from that for me getting new patients in the door, but also long-term getting them to come back and get their friends to come, so you build a brand over time.
Exactly. Here, let me close all this out.
Of course. Good thing.
I was going to do a screenshot, realize our setup, we were originally going to do Zoom, and I was just going to show step by step. But I think what I'll do for this one, for those watching in my blog, is I'll put links to the different softwares and things. That way other people, if they want to do it themselves or have questions, they can check it there and contact me.
What I like about what you do, you give people the free information so they understand what's going on. And what I like is, I want to know what it is. I mean, I want to do it, but I want to know what it is so I know, okay, is that how can it benefit me? At that point, trusting someone like yourself that does it, okay, this is what we're going to expect.
Yes.
So you don't walk in just with, okay, take care of it, let me know what's going on. I want to know in 3 months from now, what's my results going to be?
Exactly. And I think that's a very good point to bring up at this point, is that SEO is really misrepresented in the marketing community. Most SEO people...
Who are SEOs, for example? Someone has no idea.
Search engine optimization. That's basically the ability to rank high on Google or other different platforms to drive traffic. The reason why you want to do that is first place gets an insane amount of traffic, and then it drops by 35% or 25% to number 2, and then 64 to rank number 3. So as you go down, you get less and less traffic. And if you're on second page for Google for your service, you pretty much don't exist.
Is there a second page? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's like 700 and whatever pages for depending on the industry.
But is it really hard to become number 1, number 2, number 3?
Depends on your industry. That's the hard part. Like chiropractic, dentistry, auto, those industries, it's very difficult.
It is,
yes, because there's lots of you guys. So just by the nature of you existing, imagine basket, a common one that would be a niche would be basket gifts. Okay. There's probably, only know 2 maybe.
I know 2, exactly.
Yeah, I know 2, exactly 2 myself. Yeah. So their competition is going to be far less.
Looking at the Google page, so you're talking about the ads and then the ranking, or you're talking about...
Yeah, we're talking about just the organic ranking.
Okay. So sometimes you'll see, you open up your phone or your page and go, there's 2 or 3 ads, and then you start seeing the actual listings under the map or something.
Yeah, a great example for that one would be real estate. Real estate, Zillow, Trulia, and those guys, Redfin, they spend so much money on the advertising portion that the organic rate portion is completely just, you might as well not even try.
Wow.
So it's a very, very competitive market.
Open to capitalism.
Exactly. So,
and how do you get the? I mean, you're saying the ads are where you spend the most money, correct?
Generally, if you want to rank and just get to the number 1 spot, you just pay for the ads. Depending on your industry, again, they do cost per click, and their cost per click is determined by competitiveness. So the more people bidding for it, the more expensive. So as you see, it's like spend money and get there first, or spend time and effort and some money if you're going to hire somebody like me to get there over the long term.
Yes, and stay there the long term without spending thousands of dollars sometimes every month. I mean, Yelp, before I did Yelp ads for about 6 months or so, and they were much lower than Google ads and Google cost per click.
Absolutely.
By the time they wanted me to, I think it may have been a full year, they may have wanted me to redo my contract, their cost per click was the same as Google.
Yes.
So why would I go with them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some merit to talking about Yelp ads. I just actually became a Yelp partner, which allows me to do certain things that a regular just advertiser can't.
Okay.
Negative keyword targeting is one of them. So
Okay.
generally, for a lot of industries, they're doing these ads, but they're going out to services they don't get. And the most common factor that I hear is, I'm getting requests for services I don't even offer.
Yeah.
This would eliminate that. But separate topic.
Yeah.
So there are two types of SEO that I think people need to know about.
Okay.
And I'm a very, very big fan of the 80-20 rule. And that is, go for the things that produce the 80% results.
Yes.
Which is usually the 20% of effort. It's kind of the way the rule works.
So when you put enough effort into something, it's going to take time to kind of build that.
No, I go for the things that give the most results with the least amount of effort.
Okay.
But SEO is a long-term thing, and that's where one of the things that my industry and marketing, they generally say, oh, in 1 month, 3 months.
1 week.
Yeah.
1 week, wait your results.
We'll get you results. There are certain things that can do that, like Facebook advertising, sometimes Yelp advertising, depending on the industry. There are things that can get that.
Yeah.
SEO, generally, if you're a competitive industry, not one of them. It is a long-term, high investment.
Why is that? I'm not getting the point.
You're about to see all the things that go into it, why it takes so much effort. But there are two types of SEO, and most people sell the first one.
Okay.
And it's actually it's important, but it's not the most important factor in ranking high in Google.
Okay.
And that is on-page SEO, and that is your website design and the codes and all the different things in the back end, the speed.
Stuff you don't see.
The stuff you don't see generally. You'll see the speed, that's for sure.
Yeah, optimization.
Yeah, so there are a few things within that category that are really important, but the majority of it that people are selling as SEO, and why you'll encounter a lot of people who say SEO doesn't work, services, is because they're selling that. Because it's the easiest to do, it's the fastest to do, and it used to, 3-4 years ago, be the main factor.
Okay.
It's not anymore.
Okay. What when we're talking about that, is it putting keywords in the back end of your website?
Keywords, page speed, they're called H1 headers, where essentially it's your title tag. Meta tags. There's a whole slew of things. We'll share a few of those things that are part of that category. It's anything on your page.
On the back end, on the other side, all these 001s and 100s and all that stuff. Yeah, it's so much fun.
So the second category is off page, obviously, and that is using content to drive people to your website because it is relevant content, or there are sources out there or links. Yelp is Yelp, Google, Facebook, all of those, and Yellow Pages, and all those are called citations. Those are also off page. It's links or content that's driving people who aren't familiar with your business to your business.
So you want those links to be on your Yelp, on your Google, so they can come back to yours, on your Facebook. When you put something out there, you want to link, go to my website to see the full article, go to my website to watch the full video, whatever it might be.
Correct. That would be a great example. Or a free checklist, which we'll get to you.
Free exam, free blah, blah, blah.
Or resource guides, or PDFs, or,
And this is current time, right? So
this is the most important thing, and the hardest thing to do.
Okay. Why the hardest thing to do?
It's the hardest thing to do because you have, as an individual, have to produce content that's relevant to your user.
How hard is that?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You do a great job at it.
5 bags of mess.
Yeah. You do a great job at it, and you figured out a streamlined system of using Facebook Live to be able to do that, so that's wonderful. But a lot of other people creating content is a very, very challenging task.
It's only been a 12-word process, Josiah. Of learning exactly what's going to work, what's not work. It's doing a bunch of research and learning on as I go, and what's working, what's not working. So it's not easy, but it's easy to do. There's a way to say that. You just got to put the time in.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I had a company moving my spa, a spa that I bought for someone else. They had no idea what they're doing, no clue. But they said, when you figure it out, I'm like, oh, good. I sat there, took 3 of my videos, made into a TikTok, put it on my website, put it on my everything. I was just not bored, but like I had time to do something. I'll do something while I'm sitting here doing nothing. So something where you just got, but you need the content too. That's the key. So go ahead. I don't want to.
No, you're good.
My soapbox.
So one of the things I guess I'll talk about first that most people can check right away, and it's free and it's easy to use to kind of see, is one of those on-page SEO things.
You're going to link this, right?
Yes, I'll link this, and I'll tell you guys right now.
Good.
It's called GT Metric. It is
a metric.
Yep. I've already punched in your website to test it. It's essentially page speed. It's one of the most important factors right now, and this is an on-page thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and there's a lot of factors that go into it, but there's one that's the most common. I've already run this for you, so I know the general result. Photo size. The size of your photos on your website. So essentially, your host, which is GoDaddy or HostGator or one of those, is storing all your information and then displaying it through WordPress or Squarespace or Wix or whatever platform. Yeah. But where it's housed, if it's really, really big information, the time it takes for those systems to connect to it and display it to the individual user is really important right now. So if you've ever been on a website and it takes an hour.
3 seconds.
Yeah. Well, there's actual stats. Here, I'll pull some of them up. This is recent from Google.
So say if you're going to someone, say you're on Yelp or Google, and you go, I want you to get this person's website, see if I know them, see what's going on. It takes, for me, more than 10 seconds to load. I'm like, it must be broken. Done.
So 1 to 3 seconds, the probability of your people bouncing from your page is
leaving your page.
Bouncing is leaving the page is 32%. Okay. 1 to 5 seconds, so with just a 2 second increase is 90%.
Okay.
1 to 6 goes to 106, and 1 to 10 is 123% probability. If it takes 10 seconds for them to just say this isn't worth it.
So over 6 seconds, basically you're toast.
Right.
Okay. So how toast am I?
7.8.
Yes, I'm toast.
So you're
toast. I am. Without the jelly or the jam.
So here, but it's the wonderful thing is there's actually one factor that you can do to reduce this really quickly, to reduce your page speed, and it's super easy. You could do this yourself. It wouldn't be a problem at all. Is the majority of your things are photos. You can see on this website it says .jpeg. And you can see the file size, right? You want to look for anything that's over 40 kilobytes, right?
Over 40 kilobytes.
Yeah. There are certain things that take programming, learning how to, what's the ones I saw for yours? It was remove render blocking. It takes a little bit of effort to do. That's something is a little bit more technical expertise. But reducing a file size, anybody can do. This is a software. You just take that photo, you copy it, or you take it from your desktop.
Yeah, screenshot or something.
No, don't do a screenshot. Save it to your desktop as the image, or take it from your original document where you had it, and then go to Tiny PNG. Tiny PNG.
Got it.
Free software.
TinyPNG. Got it. .com. Okay.
Drop it here, and it'll reduce the file size for you. It'll reduce it anywhere between 20 and 80%.
Okay.
They know the precise sizing to not lose pixelation for the image.
Perfect. And then you can upload it.
Re-upload it. Just delete the old one. Nice. Add that one back in.
Perfect.
And I've taken websites that were ranking E or an F all the way up to a C just with that simple.
So anything over 100 or 40 kilobytes?
40 kilobytes. Okay. So 40 kilobytes, and it's a simple fix.
And you said that the website to actually check it out initially would be the metric?
GT Metric.
.com.
Okay. Yep. And so that's a too simple thing that anybody can do if you know how to upload photos to your website. Nice. You know how to do that. These two websites together, free, easy, your speed will increase, and it's really, really important these days.
Does it affect video too on your website? So
video is a different matter. So my recommendation for video, we'll get out of the GT metric for now. For video, what you want to do is you want to actually use a thumbnail. So it's a photo or a screenshot of the video, not the actual link. I'm terrible at doing this myself. I've got it all over my websites. but it's the proper way to do it. If you link something to YouTube, that's going to take that time from it directing from YouTube to display that click video in their frame box. But if you do a little image, now you're just doing the image.
So the image and you link. Put the link on the image.
Yes,
okay.
Essentially.
Got it.
Yeah, it's essentially the exact same thing that you normally would do.
Okay.
Most, like Squarespace has just a button that does it for you. A lot of them have it that you just have to add it yourself.
Okay.
But it reduces your page speed if you have a lot of videos on your website really, really quickly.
Nice. So instead of having the actual youtube.com blah blah blah, you put the actual thumbnail on there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The nice thing about GT Metric is if you go into that, it's the waterfall thing, and that's the one section. You click on the actual link, it'll show you which image it is. If it's named weird, you just click it, and you can save it from that little picture.
You can see that. Okay.
Yeah. So it's super easy.
Cool.
The next thing we'll talk about on page, that's free and easy.
Well, and if you guys are getting lost here, just back up the video if you need to. But realize there's about 2 websites so far you need to kind of get into, either yourself, your kid, or someone that you know, and check out your stuff. Because essentially, once you find out, if you, for example, do you want to spend more money or do you want to make more money? Simple question, right? Can you make more money by doing something that may take you maybe even an hour, a couple hours to do? So the next period of 3-4 months or so, you see the overall benefit.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
Absolutely.
Why not?
One of the biggest things, a lot of people are doing Google ads and Yelp ads and Facebook ads that I see as a common problem, and many people who watch this might already be doing it.
Yeah.
A big thing is slow page load.
Yes.
Because you think you're on your mobile phone, which is really, really, really important right now, is mobile optimization. If you try to click on something and you're browsing, doing whatever you do, and you see a white screen and you're sitting there,
5 seconds, 6 seconds later, you're gone.
Exactly. I'm just like, screw it. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But if it loads quickly, at least now you can present it. So a lot of times on ads, you'll see a high bounce rate, but you'll do a page speed on that individual page, and you'll see 10, 15 seconds. You're like,
so a bounce rate is basically people just like they bounce from your website.
They bounce from that website.
You're out.
And the way you can see the bounce rates, if you'd like, yours isn't set up, which we found out. Is creating Google Analytics account. It's free.
Thought I had them, but I think it linked or something.
You had them, but whoever originally put the code in there didn't put it connected correct to your website. So you don't have that. So we'll have to
adjust that.
It's very simple, copy paste kind of thing. But that's really important so that you can see, this page is bouncing from this content. I'm sending traffic there, but they're all leaving. Page speed time, it's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Connect the dots, and now you know.
Definitely can go back and backtrack that way.
Yeah. So we'll talk about broken links. You are doing phenomenal.
Got lucky. Once there was no competency, just luck.
You have a lot of content.
Okay.
And I'm very surprised. Usually when people have a lot of content, there's broken links. And what a broken link is when you click it and it goes nowhere. If someone changed their email or website address, email address, whatever the content is. I believe when I did this last, it said 6 total broken links.
Out of how many?
You have almost 1,000. Like, you have a ridiculous amount of links.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to that topic in a second.
Too many?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's an easy solution for that.
Okay.
We'll talk about it right now. Might as well. You have a lot of content for videos.
Yeah.
And you share your link more than people share your link.
Okay.
So it's non-reciprocal.
Yeah. I want to be their friends. They just want to be my friends. They're saying, got it, whatever.
No, it's they're basically, you're having them on the show, and it's great content, and it's producing for you as far as you'll be surprised the keywords that you're ranking for really high for even other businesses, which is great. It drives good traffic. It may not be relevant to the individual searcher, but it's good for you in general. The problem is that when you're outsourcing all those links, you're getting the ranking for their keyword, but not it's not inbound, it's only outbound.
Okay.
Yeah. So asking someone, having like a little framework, could you post this somewhere on your website.
Yeah.
Maybe, on your main page at the bottom, or a blog somewhere, just a link. Post
a link to that article, to that post.
Correct.
On the website.
So that they're saying, we agree with each other.
Got it.
That will work for you.
Perfect. It just has to be on a website. The website can be website to Facebook, or Facebook to website.
It should be to their main website.
Got it.
Because you'll see here, I don't know how to pronounce that, but handball.
Goosenville?
Yeah, do you know what that is?
Nope, no idea.
So you have a link on your website that
else from I think someone from, was it Singapore? Like when I first got on Facebook, he's professional handball professional in Singapore. And he liked them, maybe Facebook or and maybe Instagram. So
have you ever shared a link?
I think so, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, okay.
So the website's either down.
Like 10 years ago or something.
Right. The website might be down now.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do it anymore.
He's still
but you're linking to him, and you could easily go to your link on your website.
Yeah.
Click here. Oh, by the way, this is called brokenlinkcheck.com, and it's a free software.
Got it. Again, we're going to put all these links and the links after we link everything. To
links. So you can click the URL right here, and it'll show you what page you actually have it on.
That's awesome.
So now you know it's on this page somewhere.
Yeah.
And you can just find it.
It'll be in the comments then.
Probably.
Okay.
So, and then you can just remove it.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
That's great.
This is another software.
Okay.
Stop. So this is still going.
It's a lot of work you're doing for people.
True SEO is a lot of work because it's a mixture of on-page and off-page. So I'm creating content, driving traffic, trying to go for the right keywords, doing audits of the websites. As I do things, one great example of a simple error that I've made on my own website is I redesigned my website. I moved things around, and I had to rename a couple things. But when you do that, you break links.
Yeah.
So my contact page, I changed it from contact to contact us. Simple, small change.
Yeah.
Change the link. So on my entire website, I had over 100 broken links, and all I had to do is go back in and
each one.
Simply.
Every time you have a post, you almost have links on there, so you have to go back to all your previous posts you posted on the website. At that point, rechange all the links again.
Yes. So it's easier to use these systems. So what I'll do for a client is about once a month I'll run this. It's a crawl. It's called. It's from Ahrefs. This isn't a free software, and it's very complicated for most users. But what this allows me to do is see broken links, redirects, keywords you rank for. Actually, that'd be a great topic to go and show what you rank for already.
Handball professional from Singapore.
Nope.
Dang it.
All right, let's go to your dashboard. I created one for you.
Look at this. A lot of stuff going on over here, people.
Yes. So let's go to. Let's go down. All right. So I just started tracking some of them.
Okay.
So these are the hardest keywords. So keyword difficulty is called KD in this. It's just the acronym. The higher the number, the harder it is to rank for.
Okay.
So your position is 41 on arthritis in lower back images, right?
Is that good?
41 is not even on first page, but 37 is a really hard keyword keyword to rank for.
This is just in California, correct?
United States.
Exactly.
Okay. California, I didn't do here specific because the volume of traffic is far lower.
Yeah.
But if we want to go to your position, which you rank number 1 for, highest for, Euclid Chiropractic, obviously, which everybody should rank for their own brand name. You think. But you're number 3 on Upland Chiropractic. Gosh, dang it. The only reason you're lower is Yelp, and there's another business called Upland Chiropractic.
Yeah.
So they are more keyword specific. Everything in their website says, we're Upland Chiropractic.
Got it.
So I recommend to a lot of people when they're building a business is the local geographic area you want to serve, and then the service you have. It's the easiest way to rank really high, even if you're not doing anything.
And he's not doing anything. He got here first. He's older than me.
Yep.
And my practice, so sorry.
Age of your domain is also another really high factor.
I hope he never passes away, but if he does, I will take his name.
Okay.
Sorry.
But another interesting one, let's go down here. Corner stretch. Do you know what that's about?
Oh, yeah. One in the corner, yeah. Stretching, yeah. Got it.
Creating a content guide for that would be an example of creating outbound SEO.
Okay.
You would create a PDF of corner stretch or office stretches or something simple that people can just download. You can ask them for an email, or you can just give it away for free, entirely up to you.
Yeah, what I normally do is send them to a link on YouTube to get the stretch. So it's better to do a PDF and send them the PDF.
Video or that, either one is fine. Video is awesome nowadays. People love it, but I like getting emails.
Okay.
So I'll give away things for free.
Yeah.
But if you give me an email, because then I know you're interested in that subject.
That's what I do.
And then I can use that in my other marketing purposes.
That's my go around is basically, hey, I'm gonna show you these stretches for your corner stretch for your shoulders, upper back, your neck. I'm going to send you the video later on, so now you know what to do, and the email will remind you how to do it. But it's better the email to have a link to YouTube, or
I would do your website.
Got it.
Because now you're sending traffic to YouTube.
So I was thinking YouTube I would rank higher on Google if I put it on YouTube instead of putting it on my website. Is that not proper thinking?
No.
Got it. Okay. So I didn't know that. Thank you, Josiah. That alone will increase my something.
Whenever possible, you want traffic to come to your website, nowhere else.
Got it.
That's the best strategy.
I thought the mine had changed. That's why.
No, you always YouTube is fine if you're trying to build a following on there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to do that because they can monetize a YouTube channel once they get to 1,000.
Yeah.
Once you have 1,000, actually, we didn't even check how many followers you have.
I don't have many, like 250.
Okay. 250 is actually not bad.
Yes, I thought he's making me feel good all day so far. He's been for like half an hour.
200 shows that if you've done that organically without even really trying, then that's good.
Okay.
One of the things I saw that I didn't track is cracking compilations. People love your cracking compilations. It's a big keyword.
It's fun. Entertainment.
There's two kinds of keywords. There's high traffic keywords, and then there's keywords that are relevant to sales. Cracking compilation, I don't imagine will actually convert to a large amount of sales. It might.
It does indirectly.
Indirectly. I will give you that one.
Yeah.
But as far as
entertainment. What is cracking compilations? How would you describe that?
You doing the different motions and cracking,
you can hear the adjustment sound.
Yeah, but it's like crack, and it's people love those. For some
it's
really
addictive.
Apparently.
It's like the pimple popper.
Yeah.
Person.
We've talked about them before.
Yeah.
But what I like to do is I aim for the low keyword difficulties first. So this is how I know what content to start creating.
Because that's open ground, right?
It's open ground, so there's very little competition. But what you do is, if I create content just for a kneeling lunge, one page very specific to kneeling lunge exercises, kneeling lunge, whatever. Now that allows, whatever the third word I add in there, lunge or guide or things like that, that third word or the other word that I add in there now allows me to rank for that keyword. So I slowly find keywords. You rank for Euclid Chiropractic, so that means Upland Chiropractic is a lot easier.
Yeah. So I put kneeling lunge. What would I say after that then?
Kneeling lunge exercises, or kneeling lunge guide, or kneeling lunge chiropractic care, things like that you'd add to the end of it so that you build up these keywords of simple words that you're ranking for.
So as someone sees those keywords and links to, and goes to that website for keywords, at that point it ranks higher and higher and higher when people actually activate that page.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
One thing that you rank really high for is chart. So chiropractic spine chart.
Okay.
So people want that content. So you create something that is a guide or a photo thing or is a
I have something on
PDF
there.
or PowerPoint.
I basically took a picture of something or my something like that up there on the wall and put it on a chart as a page on my website.
Yes. So if we go to just search that keyword itself, we actually see there's quite a bit of content out there for that, right? You rank right now number 21 for that.
Sad.
No, not too sad. It's still a fairly difficult keyword to rank for.
Okay. Chart meaning any type of chart at all.
Correct.
It's not just chiropractic chart or whatever it is. Oh.
Well, yeah, but you can create content. The way I like to do it is I look at the guys who are ranking first.
Okay.
Then I'll take like the top 3 guys, I look at what they have, and then I make it better. So you do the same content, all 3 of them did, you just make it more comprehensive. You write comprehensive guide, best guide out there, whatever you want to use.
You don't reinvent the wheel.
You don't you do reinvent the wheel, because think about it, most inventions are just innovations of a previous thing. We're taking 2 things,
improving that wheel and making that wheel better.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
So that's all you do, and then
welcome to my last 11 years. Of putting content out there.
Yeah, that's. I think that's why you've done so well. You rank for a lot of keywords for even other organizations. So you rank 30 for Weaver Family Chiropractic. They're a competitor, I'm guessing.
Well, that's my partner.
Oh, that's your partner.
Yep.
Perfect.
Welcome to how the back end works.
There you go. Crooked back exercises. It's a very difficult keyword for your for your industry, but it's you rank 31.
Crooked spine show.
Correct. But people want to know the back exercises. So now you can know, oh, okay, people want that content. I can do a chart or a guide or a complete video on that since people are looking for it.
I just a couple things in my head right now that does that help people in the sense where when you have a keyword that works for you, when you have a specific, for example, name, a last name, first name used for your business, and it's unique, can you start using that unique name to build up your ranking and get people to look at those pages with that unique name on there so it becomes part of your brand? Yes. What's that kind of way to put the big picture out for someone just looking at why you would do this?
Yes. But if you just think about it, you as a researcher on Google yourself, so let's take chiropractic since we're talking about you.
Yeah.
I want to know information. So I'm going to look for the best guide with the most information, the easiest to use it, fast website. I'm looking for good content that I can spend a good amount of time and get all the information. I don't want to go to 100 different websites. If I could find one website that had all the information I was looking for, I wouldn't go anywhere else. I got all the information. I might go verify it elsewhere. But now I had one page that's so flipping good that now I don't have to go anywhere else.
Nice.
That's what you want to create.
That trust that you're gonna have enough information that they want that's gonna help them get better or whatever it is.
Correct. One of the things I've found is really good right now is quizzes.
Okay.
There are several different platforms, and I'll link them. But creating a simple, quick quiz on a subject.
Okay.
Do you know if you have blank, or symptoms of blank, or things like that? And it will run through, the 10 question, 20 question quiz, and at the end they give me their email and they get the results.
Nice.
Or sometimes I just give it away for free, and everywhere else I have them to opt in to like the email list or.
Here's the answers to these questions, blah blah.
Yeah, I just give it to them. It really depends. That helps people understand, okay, I'm going to get the results of all the questions. They seem like an authoritative expert. I'm going to go through these questions, and then I'm going to get the results. So any kind of content that keeps somebody on your page for a good duration, engaged and happy, is good content.
So you want them on your page long. That helps them as a ranking website when someone's on there longer.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. One of the rules, if you're going to write content, though, don't have anything shorter. People are going to hate me for saying this. Shorter than 2,000 words for a blog.
Okay.
And there are content development pros. It's the organization I use. I essentially do all the research, get all the the source material.
Yeah.
I get the photos and the outline of the content. Send it to them, pay them, and they write the content for me.
Perfect.
Send it back to me. I go through, make my edits, how I want it to be positioned for the client. Copy paste.
Done. I got C's all the way through college for English, so I should not be writing anything. Or if I do, it's going to be not very long.
Yeah.
So that's everything. If you know your strengths, right? If whatever your strengths are, go with those. At that point, let someone else be a strength for you. So the positive ROI is that point's going to help you again get people to your website and long term get you to where people see you.
Well, absolutely. But for me, I'm actually a decent writer. Maybe not
Good for you,
grammatically correct, but I'm as far as content, I'm really good at it. I don't have time. And I think that's the important factor. Is a lot of people are like 2,000 words. Are you kidding?
How long is 2,000 words? I mean,
I'll show you a blog.
Yeah. Is it like a full page? What font is it in?
Oh, that doesn't entirely matter.
Okay.
So I just did this one for a client. This is a keyword that was
apple cider vinegar cure something.
ED. We'll say that.
Yeah.
This is how long 2,000 words is.
That's like, it's going to take me at least, I want to say 70 minutes to read.
Yes.
Minimum.
Yes, but if someone's looking for a guide on ED for missing facts, they're going here.
Well, can you do that, then efficiently link back to that page to make sure people are looking at the full article when you can break that down into different small posts and send those small posts to them to look at the full article? Does that work? Does that help?
I wouldn't do it that way.
Okay.
The more steps you have for a person to consume
that's
content,
right. I forgot about that part.
they're gonna just be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
But I've seen another one where people have like the it's like poster slides where you click and it loads to the next screen and click and it loads to the next.
I get carpal tunnel.
People hate it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Just create a long guide.
Okay.
All the content that they want for whatever subject that you're trying to write, post it.
That's it.
That's it. Good images. If you have videos, link them out. Contact forms.
And link them out to where they're on the thumbnail. Link them out with a direct link to that video.
Thumbnail.
Okay, got it. Make sure they remember.
Yeah.
You're paying attention, aren't you? Hopefully.
So your website's very big, and I haven't even finished the crawl.
I know, it's huge. Is it big because of all the content?
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot of your outbound pages are there.
Okay.
Okay. So go through a few more things I noticed. So there's a new thing called SSL, and it is a security certificate. I'll show you on my the difference. You do yours, and then do my page, right? See how I have a little lock thing here?
Where is it? Yeah.
So on the top left, you see a lock icon. That's saying that it's secure, so it's trusted. It's not the most important factor, but it's important enough and easy enough to fix that you should. There's tons of plugins out there, or you can contact your host provider, which is GoDaddy, HostGator, any of those guys, Cloudflare, and just say, I want an SSL, and they'll give it to you, and done. Your website doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So it basically tells people this is not a secure website every single time they come to the website. Exactly. And Google says, if there's a secure website, even if they're neck and neck, let's say you have great content, they have great content, you don't have an SSL, but they do, they're going to outrate you.
Yeah.
So it's something that it is important to have.
SSL people, get that. I'm going to get it tomorrow. Maybe today, if I have time.
Orphan pages are essentially pages that aren't linked to anywhere else. They're basically non-existent to Google. Which is another thing to talk about. There's something called a schema markup, and it's very technical to implement. People who are very technical and already work at their websites could probably figure it out. I'll share a resource guide of how to do it. But it basically tells Google, this is the structure of my website. These are all the pages you should see. Here's my phone number. Here's my address. Here's my location. Here's all the important things about me. And then structures it in a coding system and then sends it to Google. And Google's like, oh, okay.
I understand it now.
Easy. I get it.
English.
Yes.
That's their way, the way they communicate.
Correct.
Okay.
And if most websites, I would say 99% of websites out there don't have it. So what Google does is they do it on their own. They crawl your website and they look for things that might be it or resemble it.
Yeah.
And if you have somebody else's email address on there or somebody else's website too many times, they're going to say, "Oh, that's your website. That's your." They're just going to guess.
Got it.
They're pretty good about not guessing incorrectly, but it does happen.
Okay.
So that's something that would be good for your page to add. And then we talked about the title tags earlier.
Yeah.
That is it's usually noted by something that's called H1 header.
Okay. On Word, I consider WordPress. Yeah.
Yeah. So H1 header says this is what this page is all about.
Got it. Okay.
When you don't have that on your website, they have to guess. And it's usually going to be whatever the first content they can kind of find on there.
First title of whatever
maybe
paragraph is.
Even a paragraph, yeah. Whatever it is, they're going to choose that. And that's not good for you.
No. It's not the title of the article, then it's the H1 header.
Well, title of the article should be the H1 header.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So all you have to do, you have 79 pages that don't have it.
Nice.
So
well, glad it's not 100, I guess. I don't know.
So basically, you go in there, and they're either empty or missing. So all you have to do is go in there, click whatever you want, go down to drop down on your where you write.
Yep.
And there's H1 or header in WordPress. Just click that on there to select it.
Yeah, I can see it.
It'll make it bigger. So sometimes you have to work with it, like move it around to make it not bunch up or act weird. But just do that on those pages and
should be easy.
Your SEO will actually, for whatever those topics are, will rank higher. If you don't want them to rank, there is a thing called, you can basically unmark your pages from Google to say you don't exist to Google. So you can have the content on your website, but Google's never going to rank it.
Yeah.
So that's another strategy.
Is it sometimes not good? Is it bad to have too much content on your website?
It can. So you do a similar strategy as I do. I've been selective in who I have on my show because I find certain categories or industries that I would like to potentially rank for.
Yeah.
So I have them on the show so that I can create that content and then rank for those categories.
Yes.
Then I'll create something that's hidden, that's to the public, but not hidden to Google, that says marketing for chiropractors.
Yes.
And then I'll start ranking for that because I already rank for marketing.
Yep.
So I just need to rank for chiropractic marketing.
Done.
And now I'll start ranking for that category.
Yeah, amazing.
So creating the video like this one, creating the blog, creating the content, H1 header, posting it, making it hidden to the public, which I'm actually not going to do for this one, or most of them I don't do.
Doesn't matter to me.
And then post it. Now I'm going to start ranking for that keyword.
Got it.
There are many of my clients where I'm on the first page with them.
Wow.
I'm not on the first position.
Yeah.
Sometimes I notice there are a couple times where I'll start outranking my client, so I'll actually screw up my own SEO so I don't outrank them.
Wow.
So, but marketing's a very difficult industry if you're not niche, and I'm not niche.
No.
So
when you're is it niche per industry or niche per
I'll tell you a recent example of losing a client. I met with a client, I won't say who they were, but they loved everything about what we do. They were excited. They were like, yes, you could do everything. We're great. We love it. They're like, we're interviewing 2 other business agencies just to be transparent, and then we'll get back to you. One was industry specific for them.
Okay.
They only did them. They don't do any marketing for anyone else.
Okay.
They were like, you guys are like, from what we can tell, near identical. They're just industry specific.
Okay.
And I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Those guys said, screw all other industries, which I'm not saying.
Well, that's your
I want this industry.
You're all or nothing. Because at that point, that industry goes down.
Yeah, exactly.
You go down with it.
Correct. That's why I like the diversification. It means I move slower in growth. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean... It means that I can go off to multiple industries. I have my industries I'm very good at: healthcare, nonprofits, fitness, things like that I'm really, really good at.
Yeah.
Medical.
You have good referrals from those people that you've worked with in the past that are better than anything else.
Yeah. it just needs diversification. So, but you can kind of look at your own keywords like in that way. There's multiple services, so you can either be one service specific. You'll see this with dentists very often. They'll do cosmetic dentistry specific. They might service other industries, but they want to be known as a cosmetic dentist because that's where the big bang.
Not just cosmetic dentistry.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
So that's where they'll rank for that.
Crazy.
One last thing, I think we've gone through a lot, but one last thing I'll share with you is...
He's beating me up a little bit, but not that much. He's trying to make me feel good.
The thing is with every website, even mine, there are errors. There always will be errors. If someone says, "Oh, your SEO isn't good," possibly. Yeah. But if you're working with somebody, your SEO will improve. If they're a quality SEO person, it'll improve over time.
You have to monitor it too, correct?
Correct.
The problem is, like what I've heard from some people, is that it'll get spammed or it'll get shut down here and there, or the plugins won't work. So plugins. And plugins are basically things that you put on your website to help it work properly. Sometimes the plugins go down that are not your fault, or sometimes they just don't work. They shut down completely.
Yes.
So change your plugins in. At that point, and that may not work with something else on your website.
Yes.
So it's a whole system that has a skeleton, which is say a blank website. So many things in there, they don't work together, then all of a sudden everything shuts down.
Correct. And that's why sometimes I'll just do an audit for someone. They can't afford the full SEO, creating that content, the time and effort and everything else like that. And I understand it. I'm not cheap for my SEO, and I can't go lower than what I am. Like, I'm at the very bottom of what I could do for the effort that I put into it. But some people just say, I know my website's probably screwed up. Can you just go in there one time, just fix it
perfect.
Just sort it out for one time, and then, with just a one-time fee. I'm not going to do it every month.
I want an oil change on my website.
I want an oil change on my website. I do that as well. And that's a very common thing.
It is, but like, do you give them, okay, this is what's going on your website, this is it's good now. In 3 months, it'll probably go down.
It probably won't go down in 3 months.
Okay.
So
2 months.
And it depends on how much content you're putting on your website.
Thing.
If you're putting content and changing things and moving things around every day, it might go down in a day.
So the more you use it, like a car, the more you use it, the more the chance of the risk of going down or not working optimally or not loading properly, you get a high bounce rate.
Absolutely.
Got it.
And the more your content, let's say you're not scaling your images every single time you put them on a ton of images. Your website, your speed will just go and then you'll be like, oh shoot, I need to fix it. And it might happen in a month, 2 months, or if someone who never touches their website, it is what it is. Their services don't change. They don't add new pages or blogs. 2 years before they need something fixed.
And going back to it, so why put content on your website? Why change the content? Why add content if it's going to screw up your website?
So you want content and you want to build up traffic. Everybody in every marketing industry understands the more traffic, as long as it's relevant traffic, which is important. I'm suggesting you go out there and start raking for what was that sport?
Which was handball.
Handball. You rank for that keyword,
but I
don't think it's relevant for you to rank for it. So as long as you do relevant content to your industry and it's local, you rank and you get people looking at your website, and that turns into business.
So for me to see it as a business person is my risk of causing problems on my website is maybe here. If I put content here, but the benefit is if I put content here, my ROI could be in my door. People see my website is here.
Correct.
So are you willing to play that risk enough to go, say I put 20% effort into keeping my website going, my back platform, my plugins, if you want to call it that, so I can get 80% return on my money in 3 or 4 months.
Correct. And I want to minimize the risk as well. It's not risk. It is risk, but as I mentioned earlier, on-page SEO is less of a factor than content. Speed might screw that up because if people are waiting too long to load your page, they might not wait. So then the content's irrelevant. But All the other on-page stuff, they matter, but if you have traffic going to your website and it's converting and they're doing things on your website, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
So the risk's still there. You still have broken links, but I guarantee you're still getting people on your website contacting you, reaching out to you, new patients, old patients, like without a doubt, but you still have all those issues that we talked about. And so the risk is much lower than the return.
So as you add more content, the percentage of risk is a lot lower. At that point, the ROI is going to be even better.
Yes.
Perfect. And you take that content, put it on Facebook, Google, Yelp, things like that, or is that a different topic?
It's a little bit of a different topic, but it isn't.
Like when ran a film or things like that.
No, we're solid. We got some questions too.
Those are waivers.
Waivers. Hello, Wave.
Hello, waivers. Can't see your name, but my eyes are that good.
With content, what I like to do is if I'm doing advertising for someone, which is usually the first step, I'll create that content that I see people converting from SEO and might be giving away some of my secret sauce and put it on my advertising.
Oh, okay.
So you don't really want to worry about your content too much, posting on social media and things like that. It's important, but if you have under 2,000 followers on any platform, maybe if you have combined 2,000, none of them are repeats.
What's a TikTok?
Right.
Better.
If you have multiple of those, then you can post it out there and you'll get that traffic to your website.
Got it. Okay.
And that will increase your visibility for that keyword. But the reality is, Google does user testing, so they'll test certain websites. They'll sometimes randomly put somebody's website at number 1 to see if they stay there.
Yeah.
If they get tons of traffic because it's the right content, then you'll stay up there.
Yeah.
But if you have irrelevant content, then they'll push you back down.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
But one way to supersede that and not wait for Google to test that is to post it out to your social media and then do that.
Link it back to the website?
Huh?
Link it back to a website at that point?
No, just post the content that you have and link it to the article.
Got it. Link it to the article on your website.
Correct, that you try to rank for. Okay. How I bypass that is I do advertising for a lot of my SEO clients.
Okay.
It's how we first started because I produce a lot of results for the advertising. If they're like, I need to rank for this keyword, I rank blah, blah, blah. I'll write an awesome article for them on that content, lots of engagement and things like that within the website. Then do an ad for that content because I know people are looking for it, and I'll create the demographics in my ads for those people, and it goes out to them, and then they'll come to the website, and it might convert to a customer, or it'll increase their SEO. Either way, I win.
It's a win-win.
A win-win.
Yeah.
So that's one way of
and then when you're doing that too, you're building up someone's brand from their website for their business.
Correct. Yeah, content is, everybody keeps saying this and it's becoming cliche, but it's so true, content is king. But I think more than content, engagement.
Well, content, and we're going to get into a second too, is content different for marketing than for sales?
I think sales is a part of the marketing strategy.
Okay.
So you cannot exclude content from sales. Okay. But you also can't exclude marketing as well. Like they have to be integral to each other. Because I could push 100 million people to a website. If there's 0 sales, no one cares.
Yeah. You have to almost adjust your content, your marketing. I'm going to say your marketing content to make it convert into sales.
Yes.
In the sense where some people, I think, they'll do just sales. Hey, come and buy my product. Come and see me.
Right.
Come and do this. I have this, this, and this. Versus, hey, here's an exercise for back pain.
Yes.
And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. If I create a blog that's why I asked for the email for that thing, or I create a video that people can go to the video and then learn a little bit more.
Educational stuff.
I forget how it works, but there are, Google just put this out. There are 4 categories. I want to know moments, I want to go moments, I want to do moments, and I want to buy moments.
I want that picture of that image.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Sweet.
So basically, your business to Google is going to fit within those 4 categories.
Yep.
I want to know is research articles and blogs and things like that. I want to go moments are geolocated things. It's like an event, a
location,
marketing networking group, a location, a scenery, things like that.
Right.
Parks. I want to do moments kind of fit in that same category, but also more like you would think breweries or axe throwing or
yes, I love axe throwing.
The axe layer.
Or even like a runner, so like a 5K.
Yeah.
You know?
That would be kind of in both category of I want to go moment
so
and I want to do moment.
They can blend.
They can blend.
Okay.
And then I want to buy. That's e-commerce. That's local businesses. That's restaurants. And so you see a lot of these categories fit. For you, I want to go moments and I want to buy moments are you. So you want to create content for those. But how you can lead people into those categories is using I want to know. I want to know about this category. Oh wait, I want to go to that place.
Yeah. So you almost I want to say in that sense is what I would think is I want to market through I want to know. At that point they know where to go. So when they're ready to go, at that point they're ready to buy, then they're ready to go in and okay, this is what service I want because that brand's been built in my head as being a good brand.
Correct.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Go back to engagement too.
Yes.
I don't want to forget about that.
Engagement is important because you're thinking, if I say it's the best article for spine cracking compilation.
Yes. Or axe throwing. Big one.
Big one.
1 and 2. Back and forth.
But then I show videos about your health and all the reasons you should go to a chiropractor.
Yeah.
I went there looking for cracking.
Yeah. I want to see what
I want to see an axe throw.
Yes.
But you're telling me about my health now? I don't care about this. Like, bounce.
Good.
Google takes that, they register that, and they're like, they don't like
down.
it. Thumbs down. People don't like it. But you get engagement where they're like, you say it's axe throwing, and you show videos of it and how you can do it and the best techniques of how to throw an axe.
Yeah.
And, you show their location and lessons and, the pricing structure, all the questions you could possibly want from it. And it's all in one single page. And I spend 10, 15 minutes on that. Google's like, this is the page for axe throwing.
Somebody wants this page.
Yeah. And then you get a lot of people who start doing that. Along with them, Google's like, rank them higher, push them up the ladder, because and now that page ranks high.
Is it good to put or link articles from that article onto further articles on that same page too? Okay.
It's further engagement.
This is all stuff I used to do.
Yes.
I'm like, it didn't work. So that didn't work, but now we're moving on this. So this is almost going back to what it was before, for me at least, how to get your website and keep your website. Even though I'm number one, whatever, I just want to make sure you maintain that. So by putting more stuff on your website and almost rabbit trail them from here's an article on axe throwing, here's an article how to now read the next article and how to sharpen your axe. Here's good equipment to where when
10 best axes under $100.
Exactly.
So
you have the next article where to go to on your page.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Amazing.
That usually you can either do in the middle of your blog or at the end and have it internally linked. Those are awesome ways that people can continue engaging on your content.
Nice. Okay.
That's the cherry on top. If people go to another article and continue reading, that's phenomenal. But generally, most people they're looking for that one content. Unless it's incredibly enticing and leading from the previous content, they're not going to click to the other one. Okay. But that's okay. That cherry on top is nice.
Is engagement also part of having comments on your website too?
So there's debate on that. So I prefer, with most of my organizations, to do comment approved.
Got it. Yeah.
So I prefer that if someone's going to comment on my clients' blogs, that I know what they're going to post.
Yeah.
And generally, I approve it if it's a question, if it's
it's
relevant to it. But a lot of times you'll get spam.
I get a lot of spam.
And though a lot of people will use it as an opportunity, it used to be this way. Google's reduced its ranking factor, but they used to go to other people's websites and post their other clients. SEO guys would do this, post other people's websites so that they would take their SEO ranking and pass it over.
Yeah.
They call it link juice.
Yeah.
So they're passing the link juice by posting it in a comment. It doesn't work as much anymore, but the reality is people are still random people might click on that, and it might pass a little bit of traffic over to the other website.
It's not worth it though, because you have so much spam in there. Does that kind of break down your website too, if someone gets into your website through their comments? Is that possible?
If you don't have the proper security logins, then there are lots of ways that people can break into your website. I don't know if you're commenting on your blog is one of them.
Okay.
It's possible someone could post a link that gives that you click it, and it's just like any spam email that you get. And all of a sudden, they have access to your website.
They're taking all my money, all my bacon and everything.
Right.
Because I know I'll get them from like a different language. So I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Yes.
Get off my website.
Another example of something I want to talk about. Where was it? Oh, I forget where I had it. I noticed that you had an old version of WordPress. So you're probably up to date with the versions that you have and the theme that you have.
Okay.
But I forget where I had it on here. I had it open. But essentially, the tools told me that your theme is outdated now.
Okay.
And you're at high risk of security breach.
Change your themes.
Yes.
Often.
Not often.
Yeah. When they suggest it?
Yeah, they generally tell you. And most of the time, your host, for a small fee, $30, $50, whatever, will do it for you.
Okay.
So if it's more complicated, that you need a professional, because once you change themes, things are going to move around.
Yeah.
But somebody who has as much content as you is going to be quite an undertaking, because random buttons might move around or themes
You're not
change.
showing it very well, Josiah. I'm not going to change the themes now. Forget it.
I don't blame you. That's why most people don't, is because of that issue.
Okay.
But there are professionals. Okay. We do have a system that we can transfer it over, depending on the size of the website, a couple days to a couple weeks, to a brand new theme. Everything's secure and updated.
Easy.
But it is a process.
Yes.
So
fun. Fun.
So that's basically everything. There's a lot more.
It's a service.
It's a service.
But the website is good because it helps you rank on Google, helps you rank on Yelp, helps you rank on Facebook.
No.
Okay.
And it doesn't actually help you on Yelp.
Okay.
So your website, having a website on Yelp does help.
Okay. A link to the website, obviously.
Yelp is kind of... Okay, so this is actually important to talk about, too. A lot of times people will see their industry, and they'll be like, Yelp will rank number one.
Yeah, like, what the heck?
What the heck?
Yeah.
I'm more relevant than they are.
Yeah.
But they have a top 10 list of realtors or chiropractors in the area. So Yelp's... A lot of people have a hate-hate relationship with Yelp, but Yelp's got a strategy that they want only reviews from people who've used their app, then used the service that they did, went back and did a review.
Yeah.
There is a method where you can ask your current customers to leave a review, and they used to allow it.
Okay.
You can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
They will push it down to the bottom and say it's irrelevant.
Unfilter it too, their filter, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Unfilter. A way around that is you can ask your customer to either book an appointment through Yelp and then leave a review.
Got it, okay.
Or call you before your appointment through Yelp or after the appointment.
So use their website or their app, whatever it's called.
And then leave a review.
Okay. So you have to be on there active to basically leave a review that's not going to get filtered or kick the heck out of there.
Yeah. So use this sparingly. I prefer, if we're talking reviews, I prefer to let Yelp be as organic as it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the best strategy because inevitably they're going to figure that out.
Oh, these people are doing this now. Let's knock them down again.
Exactly.
Knock me down.
They want it as organic as possible. Yeah. My recommendation is if you're going to look for ranking reviews, you're very high up there. I think you have 80 plus reviews on Google.
Oh, Google? 80, I think 80 on Google,
If you're going to ask for reviews, go to Google.
Okay.
That's my preference.
People have hard time going to Google for some reason. It's because they're not on the computer as much as more on their phone.
Yeah, so there's a way of copying the link and sharing your specific link. So you can just go into your maps and there's a little icon. We'll actually show how to do that. So I go to maps.
Okay.
I click there.
Go back one. I missed it.
Yeah.
I blinked just so quick.
So this little map. So I type in the business name.
Actually, go to the image of the map. Got it.
Go to image of the map, and then there's this little share button. Click that, and this is your copy link. So you can share now through text.
It's okay. They're not going to police you.
No, Google loves that because they're like, everybody's our customer, so we don't care. And if you have to go to Google to even do this, so they're like, yeah, absolutely, leave a review. Nice. So Google loves it. So you can do it. A very nice system that I've seen a lot of people use is a CRM called Market, or Thrive, or other CRM systems, where after their appointment, they say they left the office and they get sent a text or a email and they add this link in there. Say, thank you for your time. Would you please leave us a review if you haven't already?
Perfect. Nice.
And just they click it. Yeah, absolutely. About that one. Yeah. And then just add it in, and it automatically sends to your customers, and you don't have to ask anybody. Perfect. You don't have to poach.
It's a default. Yeah. I'll ask them no matter what.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There you go. So,
and not to wrap it up yet, but something to where the importance is going to be: can we make our businesses stronger? Can we make our brand stronger? Not by me talking to you, but by me talking on my website, by me expressing my, if you want to call it, my services on my website that links back to Google. Then Google, as I put more information out there about what I do and I talk more on my website or put my images or videos, allows Google to, hey, look, that person wants to be heard more. Let's get him higher up there. And as you're higher ranked, at that point, you become a louder voice in your community for your service, for what you want to give.
Yeah, in a roundabout way of what you're saying, yes.
I just throw words out there, see if they stick.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That's how I kind of see in my head how things work.
My preference for most businesses is if you don't believe that there's something unique or powerful about your business, then you probably need to find a different industry or field. Or find that thing that really empowers you or makes you excited about your industry. That thing, share it. Share it loudly. Share it as many times. Talk about that subject. There's so many niches within every business category these days, and somebody is looking for your service. I understand pricing and reach and all those things are complicated. A lot of people are struggling right now. But being that unique person that sticks to their gun on this topic and shares loudly about it is able to rank higher for that category than anybody else.
And you're telling me, too, by putting a post on your website, if you're an introvert, if you're not someone that wants to be on camera all day long, you're telling me writing a post and putting your words down on paper, on your computer, is actually relevant still to help you with the ranking of getting your word out there even more.
Yes.
Versus before I'd gone from written word on a website to a video here and there. Now I'm just going through video. So going back to a website and putting a post on there and getting a transcript of your video allows you to, or in my sense, or someone who likes to write, put words on a paper, is now again valid. So if you think you don't want to get out there yourself, make your word known.
Yeah.
Make someone in your office that you can trust that is a gabber for one, put them on a video. At that point, let them say the word because they believe in what you do, or even a patient who has a testimonial video, hint, they believe what you do, let them tell your story.
Yeah.
In a video sense, but if you're someone who likes to write, put it on paper. Put the words on paper. At that point, you see what I said. What was the wink about? I saw the wink there.
No, you said transcript, and that's a really important thing. These videos are phenomenal because what you do, when you create the video and you upload it to YouTube, YouTube has a feature where they'll give you the transcript. There are services out there where you send the transcript and they write it in a blog format.
Yeah.
Then all you have to do is send it to another service like Contact Development Pros, the ones I use.
Yeah.
Refine this and make it legible. Right? They'll go through $20 depending on how long it is. Fix the formatting, send it back to you. And they might even give you photos and other things just for free, or part of their service. Then you can post that. And a thing a lot of people don't think about is the deaf and blind community. People post a video and they can't see them, right? But they can read content. Yeah. They have to put, and if you don't have subtitles, then they can't.
You put subtitles or that what's called, subtitles,
the closed captioning, then they can't read it, right? But if you're deaf, then it's like,
thanks for nothing.
Yeah, Yeah, or blind, you know, then it might as well be a podcast at that point.
Yeah.
But there are devices that the blind use that read text, and that's how they go through websites. There's a big movement right now for ADA compliance.
That's awesome.
Adults with Disabilities Act. And there are softwares out there that we implement, and we have on our website if you want to try it, that make it ADA compliant.
That's fantastic.
And audits your website and gives you all the credentials.
Yeah.
Every single day it does a full audit and fixes anything for you. So if somebody's deaf, I'll actually show it to you.
Yeah.
If someone's deaf, let's see if I'll load it at the bottom. Oh, I didn't.
What do you have if they're...
See, this is another problem I had. I changed my homepage and my code disappeared. So this is what I'm talking about. Well, anyways, it's a little button at the bottom right, and you click it, and it allows anybody, and it gives an audible ping to deaf people and blind people as well. Or blind people give a ping, and you know what I mean. Yeah. And then they'll know that they can transcribe anything on there or change it'll actually do for color blindness as well. It'll flip colors if they're specific colorblind. Yeah. It does all that stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Is fix my code. See, there's always something.
So much fun, Josiah.
Always something on someone's website, right?
Anything else?
I think that's it. There's a lot. To give you...
I'm going to watch this about 4 times. Just to get my sense refreshed to what I did know that I made not a priority back into a priority.
Yes. There are a lot of services out there that are free nowadays, or very minimal amount of pricing that will do these services if you're not able to do it. If you don't want to even think about it and you want to just have this service done for you and everything, hit me up.
And my biggest thing with Josiah, he's very, and the axe throwing thing we keep talking about. I did a video with his wife. She's a yoga instructor, and we talked about axe throwing as a way to sharpen your mind and sharpen your soul. I don't know what it was. But it's something. It was funny. Got to go back to it. But a lot of it is they're very genuine and wanting to help you understand the information, and then if you're ready, then get their service. Correct. It's not, I'm going to bait you with a little bit of information. If you want more, then pay me. No, it's something I'm going to help you, and you figure out what you want to do.
Yeah, because I would rather give someone the information. If someone says, I just want to do it myself. Yeah. I would prefer that. I'd be like,
good luck.
It's a lot of work. And if you're going to feel like you're not getting the best bang for your buck,
you don't want your name on something because you're going to be around for a while, correct?
Yes.
Unless you have a heart attack or something like that.
Get that out of here. I'm not having a heart attack.
But a lot of it is, can we build up, and since your brand too, as, hey, I'm going to help you all the way, or I'm going to help you as far as I can until it becomes a service.
I will give away a lot of information. Yeah. My rule is I will give you whatever you need, and then the second I have to do work is when it...
Exactly, that's when I'm on the clock. Like, for example, for me, I give away all my exercises, all my video, all my content, but if you want chiropractic services, I can't do that over video. I can't do that verbally or through content.
Exactly.
So it's something to where you want, in my sense, I give them what they want and what they need until they need my service.
Right.
And it's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
Because the world's getting more, I want to call it technological. We've almost jumped 10 years because of COVID to make things online only. So how do we make it compliant with what we want to get a message out to, so we don't get pushed down the rankings? More importantly, we won't get just blanked out completely. Because about 12 years ago, I switched from Yellow Pages to the website.
Yeah.
Website to Google, Google to Facebook, Facebook to Instagram, now TikTok, blah, 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 blah. So you have to do all of it and also maintain it so you see the ROI, return on investment, I think.
Yeah, the thing I think that's been the big factor with marketing over the last 15 years for us is that most people realize they need all these things. And they generally hire an intern or somebody straight out of college, and which is fine. You need to bring people in. But the reality is they ask them to do everything, and they don't have the expertise to do it. So they ask them to do a lot. Or they find out to hire somebody who actually has experience with all that stuff is $80,000 to $200,000 a year. Well, I think 65 you could probably start getting the most of what most businesses need. 65 to 200.
Yeah, to get to the level playing field with the big boys.
For me, to get all the services you could possibly want would be like $2,000, $2,500 a month. So the services to get everything you want are far cheaper, and you don't like it, you just say, I'm done. You don't have to worry about that.
And my like or not like is ROI. So if I'm going to pay someone, say, $2,500, and I have a good service per se, what's the return on investment on that, say, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months down the line? How would I see that big picture?
Honestly, it's different for every industry. So recently, Baseline Carpet is a recent customer of mine, and I've taken him from, doing well to he's just thinking about having to hire a whole new crews.
He's a good service, he's a good person.
Exactly.
Because I know he is.
Yes.
At that point, how did you help him get to that point? How long did it take to get there?
Probably 2 months for him.
Okay, that's quick.
It was very quick. Within the first month, he was happy.
Okay.
But to get to the point where he's like I think after 3 or 4 months, he's like, we need to shut off the ads.
Yeah.
Shut them off.
I don't have
work capacity.
24/7.
Exactly. And I love that guy. He's such a hard worker.
He's genuine.
He's genuine. So that if somebody is like him, who will work 7 days a week, every single day, I could
feed him all day long.
It's easy.
Yeah.
The reality is not every business is like that, and also not everybody's service is out there for everybody.
Okay.
Imagine purchasing a car. The sales cycle for purchasing a car is anywhere between 6 months and a year and a half.
Okay.
Depending on the model.
So you need new customers all the time.
Yeah. So it takes maybe 6 months to develop.
So every industry is different then too.
Every industry is different. But there are industries where it's just overnight and they're booming. But I can, within the first month, I can start producing leads.
We can know someone, okay, you're in dentistry, you're in chiropractic, you're in carpet cleaning. This is on average how long it's going to take to get you that ROI positive.
Correct.
In that period of time.
Correct. And usually after the first month, I can tell. Okay. Because it's not just every industry specific, it's every business specific.
Yeah.
And no one wants to hear that. Everyone wants to say, oh, my industry is booming. Maybe you don't provide the service that the rest of your industry does.
Yeah.
Maybe your industry has a higher level of competition as far as the service they offer their customers. Barbershops are a great example. It is a highly competitive industry. People don't realize that. Yeah. And the customers are incredibly loyal. So to turn a customer who's loyal to someone else, forget about it. Yeah, it's very difficult.
Your ROI can be negative every day.
But there's a portion of that industry that people don't realize is that people who always move.
Yep.
So you target new home people who've recently moved, and they have to look for a new barber, and they'll give you a shot. Let's see what this is all about. I like these guys back there, or you like my previous guy? Cool. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Some people like really high end, some people like cheap, some people like the old style
you can
barbershop.
Market them per se once you figure out what their likes are like.
Correct. So as far as ROI, it really depends on the industry. But I've worked with pretty much every industry out there.
That's why you understand everything, not just one niche.
Yes.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Anything else?
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm going to take a nap.
No questions? No?
No, I mean, the question going to be for me is, okay, where do I start?
Yeah. So first place I would start is your page speed. The GT metrics. Everybody out there, that's the first place I think.
Metrics, METRIC, correct?
METIKS. It's spelled.
Start over.
Here. We'll open it up. So GTMETIX.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Punch in your website, see what your page speed is. Yeah. If you're in 3 area, you're golden.
Under 6.
I would say under 5.
Okay.
If you're under 5, maybe don't stress too much about it.
Yeah.
If you're above 5, you got to do some work.
And you got to be careful why. Let's find out why. Okay.
Because it's slow.
Yeah. Well, why it's slow? Kind of
backtrack why it's doing that exactly. So that would be probably the first place.
One, okay.
That's everybody here listening. If you have access to your website, can do today. Okay. It's super easy and super quick to.
Because that'll help you on Google ranking, correct?
It'll help you on Google ranking and any advertisements you're doing as well.
Nice.
So that's really important. So that'd be where I'd recommend. And then probably just checking out your scene. Look at your competition. Who's ranking higher? You know, I have tools that allow me to instantly see in real time, locally or nationally, but sometimes just an eyeball
Just
little.
go. Yeah,
just
just
check
Google search.
who's above me.
Yeah.
Why are they above me? What content do they have? What are they saying? Is their website nicer than mine? Is it they have better content? What is the reason why someone's outranking me? Take what they're doing, to add your personality to it, and make it better.
Yeah. Welcome to my life the last 11 years.
Yeah. That's it. That's basically it.
Good. That's a good way to start and everything. And then, again, Josiah, we're going to put our information there where I already did on mine. How to contact, hey, I have a question about this.
Yes.
You're going to get a genuine answer from Jai because that's all he does. You know, makes life simple.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tony, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching the show, guys. Appreciate it. Hopefully you get some content out of it. We'll link it to other links we talked about with all sites we talked about so you can do your own analysis of your websites and not feel as bad as me. All right, have a day, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.